AG51 Mission Monkeys. How you doing? This Bulldog. Um, I thought today that as I am building a new mission, that I would go ahead and, uh, as I go, run through how I implement the CSAR script and what it entails. Besides what you just have to, putting in the script and stuff is pretty easy. But the naming of the helicopters and so forth that actually allow the script to read any particular vehicle or that you're trying to assign as CSAR and so forth, such as a Huey or an MI8, or any other personnel flying personnel carriers that may come along. So as I do it, I'll just try to talk my way through it. In essence, hopefully it will help show the way that I make this work right now. Like I said, with mission scripting and stuff like that, 100 ways to skin this cat. But so far, this is a way that I've discovered and along with others, basically, and the script writers of how to make these things function and work for us. They're a great addition to the missions, fairly simple to put in. So let's get started. As you can see here, hold on, I'll be right back with you. There we go. Had to turn the little arrow pointer on. So as you can see here, this is as far as I got, and this is just a little practice mission that I'm whipping up quickly for tonight. And what I did is I wound up putting in 2 fart bases, mainly because of, so we have a little variety of choppers that we can take, some Hueys, MI8s, and some K50s. With the Hueys and the MI8s, or at least probably 2 and 2, being for medevac use and so forth. And then, of course, K50s and probably a couple MI8s will go full armor. So anyways, here's my first base setup. When building a mission, I always like to put ground units and stuff like that in first, because then it's real easy to just go to the map and get visual reference and try to get things placed. If you start putting in planes and stuff like that, then you do a lot of bouncing around. So with this in place, let's go ahead and jump right into the scripting and get the scripts all set up and ready to go. With most of these scripts, of course, one of the first things that we need to do is run MIST. Okay, and MIST is an overall script where these other scripts reads from certain functions off of that script in order to perform. So it's important that we implement it and do it right from the beginning. Very simple. We run MIST. Okay, that's you can type in what you want. I always just say run MIST. It's actually at mission start. However, sometime back it's changed, and it doesn't work well with mission start. So we just run it once, and it implements it. I always like to put a time more function in it of usually just a second. We just do 1 second like that, and what that does is it allows the game to boot up a little bit, and then it'll begin reading the script. Come over here, we do script file, and we go find our script. And here it comes right to it, to the CSAR script, which is good. I got a lot of scripts lined up in here and ready to go, but we're working with CSAR, so we'll open that, and I try to keep everything together. And this is the version of script that I'm running. I believe it's one of the latest MIST scripts that they have out. As you can see, I have two, but this one's numbered. So let's go ahead and use this one. And I'll just hit OK. And there we go. The MIST scripting is now loaded. Now what we'll do is load CSAR Script, and I just like putting run CSAR. Let's do, this time we'll do a time more of 2. Basically start reading this script after the other script. Do script file. We'll go back and we'll run the CSAR.lua. Just double click on that or click and hit OK. And here we go. Okay, at this particular point, we're almost done, but not quite done. Certain things need to happen with CSAR. First of all, we need, you get a call out sign a lot of times when you're in the helicopter and so forth. When a pilot gets shot down and has a successful chute opening, there's a radio announcement that comes out saying request CSAR. And when that happens, the helicopter pilot then will get a message of the down pilot and who he is, and then the helicopter pilot will turn to his ADF radio and tune in a particular frequency, which also transmits a beacon, and that way he can line up on the ADF needle pointer and go pick up the down pilot. So at this particular time, we're also going to add in behind the script file those particular sound files so they get loaded. Now what I'm going to do is just basically come down here, and I am going to go sound to country. Okay, and what I'm going to do is pick a country that basically nobody will be flying. Lately I've been using Australia, you know. And what will happen is if we did have something or some plane from Australia in there when the game started, they would hear these sounds play. So, which ain't necessarily the most pleasing all the time. So I'm going to go back, and I got to find, this is back in my user file. I am going to go to Mission Scripts and CSAR Master, and there they are. I am going to load up the CSAR .ogg. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and clone this right now and reopen it. Now I got to navigate back to Mission Scripts, and let's see, I did CSAR, then I'm going to do the beacon sound. Once these are implemented, you're good to go. CSAR script is set. Okay, it's not adjusted yet, but it is in the game. Okay, once we go ahead and put some aircraft in the game and so forth, then I'll show you how simple it is actually to go back into the script and make adjustments to your CSAR script forever how you want to run it. Different smoke colors, different timings as far as plane timeouts and pilot timeouts and things like that can all be adjusted right from the game file and this particular script. Okay, so as of now, we're good, we're ready to go, and we're going to get out of here. And now we're going to start putting in some helicopters. So I think one thing we have found out recently is that if you create a group of helicopters, okay, it doesn't work particularly well with CSAR. Basically, each individual helicopter needs to be of its own group. Okay, just one thing to keep in mind. So I'm going to start off with the Huey, and we're going to make it client controlled, and we're going to call this we'll just do Huey Rescue. We're going to make these slicks. Okay, we're going to go Huey Rescue number 1 slick. Okay, and we're going to put Huey Rescue number 1 on this FARP, and he's going to be there. And before I even get started here, I'm going to postpone on that. Let's go ahead and place the helicopter. So we're going to place him there, and we're going to take off from ramp. It'll attach all of it automatically. Let's get a nice AG51 skin to go in there. We'll put him in Marines, and let's remove external hard points. Okay, this will be no door gunners, no nothing, just plain old helicopter. Ready to pick up the injured. Okay, we have him there, and I'm gonna go here now, and due to the CSAR script, which we'll verify and I'll show you later, is in the pilot or unit box, we need to rename this to medevac space number 1 through about as many as you can count, and if you come up with more numbers than the script has, you can always add the numbers in. But this right here basically will read into the script, allowing this helicopter to function within the parameters that the script is providing. I guess is one of the best ways to put it. So there's our first helicopter, Huey, number 1 slick. Unit name, very important, medevac number 1, just like this, medevac with a space, #1. Okay, come over here. What I like to do is just copy, come off of it, click, put another guy up there, number 1 slick. Now we'll get another helicopter here, and you can see that this is a new helicopter that I just added. So I'm going to go Huey number 2 slick, and I need to change this number to number 2. Now I have 2 Hueys of their individual groups added to this particular FARP. Okay, FARP London, there's 1 slick, medevac 1, Huey 2 slick, medevac 2. Okay, that's just a single unit of a single group. This way, it doesn't matter which helicopter is chosen. You don't necessarily have to have the first helicopter chosen first for this script to run and work appropriately. Okay, so we have 2 Hueys. Let's go ahead and copy another one. Okay, and I'm just gonna throw another helicopter in here. Click on it. We'll have to go until we see this one right here. And let's change it from a Huey to an MI8, and we'll change the wordage some. And let's just do MI8 rescue number 1 medevac. We already have 2, so I'm going to continue that count with 3. Okay, now we have an MI8 in there along with 2 Huey slicks. So let's make sure that external hard points are already removed on this particular one, and Let's see. I'm looking for a Navy skin that I thought we had. But you know what? For fun, and since how this is practice map, let's go with Coast Guard skin on these particular guys. It's a nice looking skin. And if you got the MI8 skin pack, you will see it. If not, you will see the default. Okay, so there's one Huey. Let's come back here. Go back through them real quick. There's MI8. I'm going to hit Control C as a copy. Come back, paste. Go back through it until you see that right there. And this will be a 2, I believe. And this will make 4. Okay, and skin will already be there. It's already a done deal. Copy and paste is your friend. I recommend you use it frequently and often. Okay, so this is set. We got 2 Hueys, 2 MI8s. Let's go back in there. We'll browse through them all. Huey 1, Huey 2, MI8 Rescue 1, MI8 Rescue 2, and that's it. Do it one more time. You can see Huey Slick 1, Medevac 1. Huey Rescue 2, Medevac 2. MI8 Rescue 1, Medevac 3. You do not want to repeat these same unit numbers. Possibly will cause problems. So that's why I'm double checking. MI8 Rescue 2, Medevac number 4. Okay, so that's it. We have our slicks out there ready to pick up down pilots. Let's go ahead and populate this particular FARP that is located right next to it. And here, what we'll do with the Huey is, let me switch over and do the Hueys first again and make them clients. And I'm going to name this group Huey, let's do with door gunners. How about that? Let's do this. Huey with door gunners. And we're going to keep him as a medevac as well. Whoops, make sure you spell it right. All capital. Looks wrong for some reason, but that is correct. So, space, pound sign. We ended with 4, so let's go up to 5. Now, this will be a Huey that will be a little bit heavy because we're going to add the door gunners on him. And, but he'll still be able to rescue pilots. Okay. So we're going to go with one of them and place him right here. Put him on the ramp. Make sure he has external hard points. And let's give him the M60s. And we will, let's give him the navy skins. That's the dark blue skins. And we better take down some gas. We'll give him 70% so he's a little lighter for takeoff. Makes it a little easier to fly. We're pretty close to the mountains, so that'll work. Let's go to the map. Check Huey with door gunners. Let's give him a number 1 because we'll do 2 of them. And let's see, we'll do 2 Hueys with guns. I should add a K50 in here. Maybe we'll just do 1 Huey with guns. Figure it out later. Alright, so we're going to copy here and go ahead and paste. Go back through Huey door gunners. Right there he is. and we are going to change this to 2, and we were up to 5, so we're going to go to medevac number 6, and that's it. He's done. He'll have same skin, same loadout as the last one. And with the MI8, because she's such a beefy helicopter, I'm going to control copy this one, go ahead and paste, go back to where we see it. UE door 1. Ooh, let's get rid of that. I copy pasted the wrong thing there. That's not good. Almost messed up, guys. Alright, here we go. No, I didn't mess up. I'll be darned, I just got rid of the fart. Alright, well, let's keep it the same. Let's go here. Let's copy this fart. Come back over here and let's place this fart. There we go. Now we got the fart back and it should be in general location. We'll double check. And let's copy this Huey. Paste. And there it is. Let's change this Huey to an MI8. Medevac 4, 5, 6. This will be a 7. And we're going to do MI8. And we'll call this one heavy. Making it where he can still pick up. I'm just going to go with the Army skin here. Let's do CIA camo unknown. I'm just going to make this where people can put in their own weapons arrangement. Okay, but they will have the hard points, and they will be able to adjust their fuel load and weapons accordingly to whatever they feel like doing for this particular practice. So we're going to go back. Let's make a, what do we got there? Yikes. There we go. That's what I needed to move. Okay. Let's get back to the fart here. Okay, there's the fart. There's Hueys with door gunner 1, Hueys with door gunners 2, MI8 heavy. That's the extra one. So we are going to make him number 2, and we're going to up this number to 8. And we're going to run through my 8-1, fart, door gunners, 2, 3, and my rescue 1. Okay, that looks all good. They're all in there. All these have been double checked. Okay, unit names, and each individual is their own particular group. Slicks located up here at this particular fart, and slicks that can be armed are going to be located at this one. And I forgot to put all these guys on the ramp. So we had some of them in air starts. I'm glad I caught that. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. Okay. So that should pretty much be done. Let's go ahead and grab one of the helicopters real quick and test. First I'm going to come up here and save the mission here. I already have it started. And I'm just going to hit the green check arrow here. We're going to load up the mission. And when the mission loads up, it looks like it's coming pretty quick. We'll go ahead and just pick one of the helicopters to get an exterior view and see how it goes. Make sure everything's listed out okay up here. So here we have our Hueys. Huey Rescue, number 1 slick, 2 slick, with door gunners, heavy 2, heavy 1. Looks like I only put rescue 1, rescue 2. Okay, so I see a little discrepancy. We have 4. Did I only have 2 Hueys? Okay, well, let's go take a look at things here. We'll go into this. It doesn't look like the other one's stuck for some reason. I wonder if I got them on client. Hit start. Come here, fly. This is just a visual recon here, so I'm going to go to the exterior. There's that nice looking Coast Guard skin. Looks like I did get the fart back in the same place. So, pretty simple setup. Just a little eye candy. And that's it. So, MI8's good. Let's go back and do a helicopter count here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing 1 Huey. So I'm missing a second heavy. So I'm going to go back and cancel, quit, go back to the mission editor, and let's cipher through here. There's my rescue 1. Let's make sure we're not double crossing here. Got Huey rescue, MI rescue 2. Well, how'd he get down there? I think I have a pretty good idea. So let's go ahead and take him. We'll just do turning point for now, and we're going to drag him back up here where he belongs and put him on the ramp. And then we're going to go through this. MI rescue Huey with door gunners 2. Double check this. Huey 1, Huey 2, MI8 rescue 2. Come down here and check this one. Door gunners 1, 2. MI8 rescue 1. No hard points. This guy needs to be up here as well. And I'm going to place him over this fart. There we go. Now we should have 4 up here. MI8 2, Huey 1, 2, MI8 2. You know what? Let's add a slick behind these guys too. Double check, make sure they're slick. Is, and go to the next one. MI8 rescue. Make sure this one's slick. He is. And make him a slick as well. Okay. So now we have this one fleshed out like we wanted to be. messed up on the door gunners. Okay. So we're going to do this again. We're going to throw in the two heavy MI8s. We're going to go control copy this one and just put our pointer over there, click off of it, let everything go, and we're going to paste it. See a little pasting mark there. And there's the new one. As soon as you get to 001, we're going to change him to the MI8. He's a client. And we're going to go MI8. Let's go ahead and call him rescue slash heavy. Giving them the options. Come in here, external hard points. Come on, no, perfect. I'm going to have to change this number. So I got 4, 5, 6. This would be number 7. We're going to stop it, do another count. 6 or 7. Let me copy this one. Same thing. Throw him on there. Go back through there again. Alright, heavy. Perfect. So let's give this guy a heavy number 2. And I know that's a little confusing there. Heavy number 1. And we will go through it again. Farp London, heavy with door gunners. That's Huey. 5. Medevac 6. Heavy 1. Medevac 7. Heavy 2. Medevac 8. And that will complete it. Let's go ahead and save this. And that's it for this particular portion of it. We have 4 aircraft at this FARP, 4 aircraft at this FARP, and everything's been double checked. Kind of went the hard way there once I screwed up, but we got her fixed up pretty easy. Now, what I'm going to do is I will pause this video. Or actually, you know what? Yeah, I better. I'm going to pause this video and go back to my desktop and explain how to get to this particular CSAR script that's in this mission and make adjustments. It's a one-time gig and no big deal. So I'll see you guys in a couple. Okay, guys, we're back and we're going to make an adjustment to the script that we just implemented. So what I need to do is I need to go find the mission. I'm going to go in here to my missions that I keep in my user file. I think I have it in all training, and here it is, SA2, more SA2. That is it. Okay, now what I did here is I just opened up the .miz file and I keep it in zipped form right here using win, RAR, WinRAR, ever how you want to call it. I'm going to go through here, and here you'll see all the resources of everything that we put in, from the sound files to the CSAR script and the MIST script. Okay, dictionary, map resource, those are defaults. They'll always be there and in every mission. So what we want to do is we want to open up our CSAR script and have a look at it. We're going to make some changes to it, and then we're just going to save it right back into this file. The way that I do that with the use of WinRAR, have my .luas where it points to either a notepad, but what's even best is Notepad++. Okay, Gives you a lot more scripting options and so forth. As an ex-programmer, trust me, it's a pretty cool tool to have. So let's open up our CSAR script. It's pretty straightforward, and the authors of these scripts have done a very good job at lining things up and explaining things for the most part. And as they change, they do it. As you can see here, this is the naming structure of basically what you have to put into your unit line of the aircraft that you're using. Okay, we used medevac number 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say if we had a super big mission or whatever, and we used 16 and we needed 20, you could just add these lines into the script and bring them on up to 20. Okay, or if you wanted to do a red side, blue side, I mean, you have some options here. Okay, what we're going to focus on is you scroll on down past this. When you see script writing like this, it's basically the author of the script explaining what changes can be made and so forth into your script. Changes that they allow, changes that they've already implemented, variables that can be deemed, either true, false, or set to happen or not to happen. Other things like colors, troops, some of them can get pretty in-depth. Luckily, the CSAR script is not too complex. Basically, just go from this line to the beginning here, down here to where they got the line, and it's a done deal. These are some checks that we really don't have to be too concerned with. And then here is the script itself. Unless you really know what you're doing, you never want to change anything below this line. This is what makes everything function. And as you can see here, for the ability for us to pick up down pilots, it just takes a mere 1,540 lines of forethought and fast typing and scripting, and boom, it's done. Now we can go pick up pilots. Pretty cool, huh? Here, we're going to go through some of these options, and we're going to change the values so they meet our criteria of what we're going to do. The one people complain about, disable player aircraft until the pilot is rescued. We do that, but it's with a time limit. As you read through these, you can understand them. I'll let you read through them on your own. These are timeout minutes. Okay. Seeing as how we're in practice, I'm going to do 1 minute. Enough time to go get a beer, refresh, take a break, understand why you're dead, and needing somebody else to risk their life to come pick you up. And then you jump back into your plane, go to flying. Next, height meters. This can all pretty much stay the same. We're going to make another change here. So because it's practice, because we'll have AI units, we want the Hueys not to have to depend, or the rescue helicopters not to have to depend on all the humans getting shot down, so they have something to do. So we're going to go ahead and enable AI units to be rescued. So instead of a false setting here, we're just going to change this to true, all lowercase. And that makes that happen. Slot blocking, we haven't implemented yet. This would be basically like a cooperative type function, which eventually we will see it. And basically what this does is when you get shot down, you're done. your pilot can still be rescued, but there's no more using of that particular airframe that you was in. So until the mission's over, you get to watch. And this isn't implemented. Right now, you just got to wait a minute and then you're back in action. Okay, these are the smoke colors for down pilots and so forth. You can change, to different colors and so forth. I'm going to leave them default now. In some of the maps, like if we was running at night or something like that, you might want to change to a white smoke instead of a colored smoke. Or, I kind of use desert. I changed the color to orange, which I thought was kind of cool. Coordinate types, they can all stay the same. Other options that I've implemented in some of the missions, but for a practice mission, I really don't use. These are the messages, display times, which is good. Radio sound, this is beacon.org. This tells it to read. If you happen to use a different file name or so forth, you'd want to come in here and change it. And that's that. This has been altered and now needs to be saved. And we're done with the CSAR script. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close this window. It'll ask to save. I'm going to go yes. Then I get another little pop-up window here that basically is asking me if I want to save and rewrite this file in here from here. And I'm just going to say yes. Boom, done. It rewrites and it's over here and it's a done deal. Here's a quick look at the miss script that I have up here for some reason. I must have been comparing it to something. And it's quite something amazing. As you can see, it's about 6,098 lines of pure fun. But this allows us a lot of options that we see in some of the other smaller scripts. This is why the CSAR script can be so small, is all because of this script right here. So anyways, that's it. You can close this. You can close your editor. Right now, your script has been altered and it's been saved back into the mission file, and your mission is good to go. So this will be step one of CSAR Script. I'm going to come right back here after a little water break, and we're going to put in an NDB, and I will start a new video on that, so things ain't quite as long. So we'll see you then.